to another yet exciting episode of Driven Voice. I'm your host, Mathangoma, and of course on the panel, I'm not alone. I'm with people. They will introduce themselves.
Hi, and my name is Kasongo.
Hello, I'm Sonda Elisha.
Hi, my name is Generous Churufia.
What we need to know about our topic of discussion today is that it's a bit sensitive but important, of course. And our topic of discussion, is suicide among the youths. So what we need to know about suicide is that it's an act of ending one's life. So, Kasongo, what do you know about suicide? Just give us a bit insight of what you know.
Well, suicide, as we all know it, is taking your own life. This is due to social, psychological, and environmental factors that affect this.
Alicia, tell us.
What I understand about suicide, this is the killing or ending of one's own life. Yeah, due to circumstances like social, physical, and environmental, as he has alluded to. So I'll pass it back. Thank you.
Well, suicide is the act of ending oneself, as they have said, and it can be caused by many factors of psychological, mental, even physical factors. So it's really important to the youth to know about suicide. It's very, very important.
So, as we dive right into the topic, what do you guys know? What are the common causes of suicide among the youths?
Well, to start off, I think the most common cause of suicide is depression. People are depressed. People are going through a lot. They say, and though the things that are going through, they cannot say it. In the end, they choose to take their own life.
When you say people go through a lot, what's exactly a lot? What do you mean? Kindly explain.
I can say a lot, maybe due to family neglect. Their family doesn't want them. They live in an extended family. Maybe through bullying at school, their friends don't like them. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Alicia, what's your take?
Well, what causes suicide? Actually, a lot of people are dealing with mental health. That's what they are dealing with right now. And opening up is a bit of a challenge because you find that you're going through something. You try to talk to your friends, but they're not taking you seriously. So what do you do now? You just start worrying, constantly worrying. Then, that worry or the pain rather of being ignored, it just grows. It keeps growing like that until it consumes you. Yeah.
Don't you think it's important to engage other people? Maybe counselors, we've got counselors in health institutions, of course, maybe your parents, of course, and other people. What's your take?
But it is actually really important to engage people when you're going through something. But again, you find the people you engage, it really matters. Sometimes even your own parents, they don't take you seriously. Yeah, I can give an example of what happened in Chipata. There was this 11-year-old girl. She was hanging out with friends the way they play, playing around. Then she was messing up with the rope. She was like trying to make a knot. Then she was like pretending as though she wants to kill herself. Then the friends now, they freaked out. They're like, why are you doing this? This is so uncomfortable. So they decided to like report to the parents. Then now the parents, instead of asking like the root cause of that behavior, they were just like, why are you doing this? Without letting her speak out. Then started beating her up. Then
In other terms, you're saying parents really have got a big role, like a huge role in talking to kids about such things.
yes, they really have a crucial role because they're there for us. I might be having friends, but at the end of the day, I'm going back home where my parents are. So yeah, thank you. I think
So, Jonas, tell us, what's your take? What do you think are the main causes of suicide among the youths?
Peer pressure could be one of them. Like, let's say you go to a university, that's a new environment, and you find yourself in certain groups. Of course, there are rich kids and people that are pretending to be rich. Exactly. And you know where you come from. It's not that great, but you try to fit yourself where you don't belong. And you end up doing other things, getting sugar daddies, of course, to try to fit in the groups we are fitting yourself in. And then you end up getting other diseases because you are pressurized by your friends. No, you need to go out, you need to do this. You can't do it.
But
You
do you
can.
think there are other people out there who are at your level and they don't seem maybe to pretend or maybe want to be a part of rich kids or so? Don't you think you just need to live beyond your means? Or
Yeah.
maybe less than that?
Yeah, you can, but you know how we youths are. We try to fit in the society where we don't really belong.
Exactly, that's the thing. Well, from the causes, we'll go to the negative effects. Of course, you can't tell me suicide has got positive effects on people, but the negatives, of course. What do you think are the negatives, or maybe the family, friends, parents?
Well, as General said earlier on, with our families, we all got a family. Now, due to some circumstances, maybe you are neglected by your family. You have unanswered questions. Maybe you are trying to come up with a question. Why do we live like this? Why do we stay like this? Why does daddy don't stay with us? Why don't we stay with mommy? You know those questions. As a kid, as a young youth, you try to come up with all sorts of questions to try and question people out there, but there are no answers to those questions.
But when you end it, or what do you think are the negative effects that you have on people that you leave behind, of course?
Well, it won't be good for the people that I will leave behind, because it will be another case saying that this person has killed him or herself, and people questioning the community, why has he killed him or herself? And you end up causing a lot of things. Maybe you even cause more drama amongst the family. You cause more harm amongst the family, which is a bad thing at the end of the day. So me, I think maybe we should consult a friend what we're going through. Yeah.
Alicia, what's your take?
Well, I think one of the negative effects of suicide on the family, I would say it might bring shame. You know, we're living in a world where like people don't really mind their businesses. Yeah, so their eyes are on you. So what happens is that house where a young youth, a person who's a youth, has committed suicide, you know, is going to bring in a lot of talks. People be like, did they fail to talk to this person? You know, then that's going to paint a very bad picture on the family. Yes.
So, in other words, you are saying it's better to be mindful, not about what you thinking about yourself, but other people that you're going to leave behind, you know, what impact it's going to cause.
Yeah, you really need to think about the negative effects. Quite all right. You might be acting on emotions, like, no, you're really depressed, but you're not thinking of what's going to happen. What are you leaving behind? That's more like a legacy, if you were to ask me. Yeah.
And for Janice, tell us, what's your take? What do you think are the effects or negative effects?
It will bring about guilty to the friends, to the family, to the society. They are going to be ashamed of themselves, as Elisha said, or for neglecting you, not being there enough for them to see that you are going through something. So it might really bring guilty to the friends, especially to the family, since you had been living with them and they were unable to see your pain, your sufferings.
So, from the three of you, I'm getting the main point, which is probably it brings more shame on your family.
Yeah.
And then any other society. Well, of course, we might have negative impacts or maybe effects or what really goes on. So, what do you think? Okay, what advice would you give to people out here who might be passing through a lot? They don't have anyone to talk to. Of course, maybe they've tried talking to friends, like you saying they tried talking to friends, but do you think there's always that thing where you try to talk to people like everyone else and then they won't be able to help you out? What advice would you give them?
If the family and friends are not really helping, you're most welcome to seek medical help. You can go to the clinic, they will offer you counseling, they are able to help you. All you need to do is you really need to open up about your issues. Since the family and friends are not believing you, you're most welcome to go to the hospital to seek counseling.
Exactly, and there you get the help that you need.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
What I think is like, okay, you've tried everything, but I wouldn't say you've tried everything. Yeah, because yeah, you can't tell me you've tried everything. Yeah, yeah. So I think if you tell your mind that you've tried everything, then I think the last resort should be introspection. You try to look within yourself, like, okay, why am I doing this? Do I have goals? Like if you really have crucial goals, like you really want to achieve something in life, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Then now you start thinking like, if I kill myself, what's going to happen to all of these goals? So I think we should try by all means to boost our self-esteem a little bit, because if you are feeling low, that's the only way you're going to like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So like if you're not being active from within, believe me, nobody's going to help you out. Because even like believing in people, people might believe in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, there's no way you're going to achieve. Yeah.
Well, my take on this one would be, in as much as it is not easy to open up, Martha, I can't just come to you and say, I'm going through this and that. I can't just go to Alicia and say, no, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. I can't just go to anyone on the road, even a friend, but the most way we can avoid killing, or in fact suicide, is through socializing. Go to church, make yourself active, go to play sports, get hobbies, whereby you interact with people, whereby you get to forget all those unanswered questions, whereby why is this happening? Why is this happening? Yeah, that's my take.
I think I've got a personal question now. I've got a personal question. Have you as Kasongo ever had an experience? Maybe you saw someone who tried to kill themselves, or maybe it was you. Have you ever had such?
I've had experience of somebody trying to kill themselves, but it was way back before I even knew the meaning of suicide, before I even knew Rusangu University per se. Yeah, and that didn't go with him. Luckily, people were there to rescue him from that, and it didn't go well for the family. People started asking questions of what went wrong, what really cut, and people went there to the family to console the family. They cancelled that person, and later on, he's a good person in life right now.
Well, I've got a question. They say once you try to kill yourself, there's always, after you survive, there's always that thing of you trying to kill yourself again. How true is it?
Well, on that one, I'll let Alicia answer.
All right. That thing of like you've survived, then again you want to kill yourself. Well, I think the question should be like, why did you survive? That should be the question. So like the reason why you survive, you've got something to fight for in life. But again, going back to that to mean that you haven't done something. Let's say therapy. After surviving, you go to therapy, then you don't complete therapy. Obviously, you're going to start going back to the drawing board. So I think people should take seriously the issue of PTSD. Quite alright, somebody has gone through an experience, then you are leaving them alone. Yeah, it's not going to work out for them. So I think it is true actually. Those thoughts still come back. So we need to seek guidance.
Speaking of therapy though, how common is it in Zambia especially?
Well, there's a trend out there on Facebook where they say ati mwali wo musevanya muli opening up. So it's like, this trend is like, yeah, it's so wrong. So it's like, they don't take therapy seriously because of that. It's like, if I open up to somebody, they're going to open their big mouth. It's going to go all over now. It's going to be circulating. So I think in Zambia, I would say we don't take therapy seriously. Yeah, in Zambia we don't. Yeah, black people, because I think it's a white thing. It's a white thing. Yeah, I'm not being racist, but yeah.
Okay. That's the thing. Well, before you give journalists the money, have you had any experience, or maybe where you saw someone kill themselves, or maybe it was
Well, if I say that, I'll be lying. Yeah, I've never had an experience. Yeah, I've just heard stories.
If you had, like Kasongo did, actually,
Mm.
this question is going to come back to him. If you had maybe a close friend, how
Mm.
would you take it? Like, how would you handle the whole thing?
Well, that'd be to be so freaky now. I'll be freaked out because I do love life. I do love life. Believe me, I do love it. So, like, hearing about somebody trying to kill themselves, then they actually break out of that, where it will actually give me a little bit of hope somehow. Yeah, because we go through a lot, and without that hope, well, it's really easy to fall off the edge. Yeah.
Well, Jen, that's coming to you. Give us your take.
I've never really experienced anybody that has done suicide before, but
What?
myself, I have had thoughts. Thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Just thoughts.
Okay.
Not that I attempted, no, I've had thoughts where I felt like I was not worthy and I didn't need to be there. Yeah, such type of thoughts. So I thought maybe I should just maybe try to kill myself. I end my life and everything will be better.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like,
How did you handle it?
I still wanted to do more.
Exactly.
I still wanted to do more. So I involved myself in sports, things that would make me happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than concentrating more on I want to end my life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, how did you? Okay, you've said you've never had an experience where you saw someone, but how would you handle it if you had that?
If I had that,
Yeah, maybe a close friend, relative, or just someone. How would you handle that?
I'm not really quite sure how I would handle
But
that.
how, if it really happened,
But
just
if-
now, how would you handle it?
I would be devastated, and of course I would be ashamed and guilty that somebody so close to me was experiencing such, and
And then
I
you
was
never
not aware
noticed.
about it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ish, that's something though. Kasongo, going back to you.
Okay.
You had an experience years ago where you, of course, explained. How did you handle that? Was that person near to you, or maybe you were not?
That person was near to me, was a neighbor. And as I said, I was young back then. I couldn't really understand the entire thing.
But if it were to happen now, how would you handle it?
I would handle it in a different way.
In what way?
I would try to encourage that person, try to talk to them, what is really going on in their lives. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think we are going at the end of the program. Well, I think I need one more advice from every one of you. Maybe trying to explain out there, or maybe encourage someone who might be going through a lot, and then they don't know where to turn to. How would you go about it?
Well, the advice I would give out there, every day above ground is a blessing. Yes. So in as much as we have woken up, it's a blessing to God. Kneel down and pray to God. Yes.
There are people out there who don't believe in God, so
Who don't believe in God.
yeah.
Well, that's another issue as well. But as for me, to my fellow Christians, I would say every day above ground is a blessing. So let us praise God. For you to be alive, it must be there is a reason why you're alive that day. In fact, today we are alive. We are interacting. We are putting down the increase of suicide, amongst our youth, which needs to stop.
Exactly.
Yes.
Elisha, what advice would you give someone out there?
Well, I think I've already mentioned it. Open up, please. Yeah, you really need to open up when you're going through something. Like bottling up emotions is not going to help you. Believe me, it's going to lead to something that is going to affect you and also the family. So I think opening up and channeling that negative energy into positive energy is going to help out somebody. So keen on the opening up. Thank you.
Well, as they have already said, should be happy to be alive. There are many people that have passed on that would have been very much happy to be alive. So you should be grateful. And as Elisha said, opening up is very important. And remember, it says the youth of today are the future of tomorrow.
Yeah.
If the youth die, what is the future?
There's no future.
Yeah.
last question though. Not really a question, but contribution. What encouragement would you give to people out there? Because a lot of people are passing through a lot, but we don't know. Like right now, the way we are seated right now, someone might be passing through a lot, but we don't.
We
just
don't know.
Okay, what kind of encouragement would you give to people out there? Just to be kind to one another. Let's be kind to one another, guys. How would you put it? What encouragement would you give people out there?
My encouragement to the people out there is don't do drugs as a getaway from all the thoughts and all the things that you are going through. Drugs will only make it worse. When you are sober, when you have sobered up, it will come back to you at the end of the day. So my encouragement would be don't do drugs. Drugs will only make it worse, and it would only make you to go to suicide. Yeah.
And your kind words to people out there, just to be kind to each other.
Yeah, be kind to people. We are all going through a lot. Say hi to one another. If you don't know the person, try to cheer them up. If they are looking low, try to ask them out. Try to do anything for them. Yeah, we are all going through a lot. It's either you're going through a lot or a lot is going through you. Yeah.
Give a Nisha. What kind words would you tell to people out there?
Well, kind words. I'm even going to lower my voice right now.
Okay.
Please, people, please. You are the youths of tomorrow. And the tomorrow we're talking about is the future. So please, we're begging you, stay active. Involve yourself in a little bit of sports. It doesn't kill. But resorting to drugs, believe me, drugs, they only work overnight. You know, you just want to sleep, you take drugs. Then tomorrow you still find the same problem. So I think youths, you really need to be active. Thank you.
And the last word, of course, of people to be kind to each other out there.
Well, people, you really need to be kind to each other. I mean, like he said, we are all going through a lot of things, but it doesn't kill just to say hi to somebody. You just meet them on the road. Hello, how you doing? Cool. Okay, laka. Just like that. So life goes on. Let's say hi to each other.
Yeah.
Hello.
I would say youths should be happy with what they have. They shouldn't try to involve themselves with things that are not theirs.
Yeah.
Don't envy what you don't have. Your own time will come. So be happy with what you have. Be content.
And the last word, of course, for people to be kind to each other out there.
Of course, you need to greet each other. If you are roommates with somebody, say hi. You might save a life. You don't know your hi might have stopped somebody from committing suicide.
Exactly. That's the thing. So, well, guys, you've heard it for yourself. And so this is where we come to an end of today's episode of Driven Voice. From me and my crew, well, it's goodbye.